Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Jayanti. If you would like to support my channel, then please like and subscribe. Also, please keep your notification bells on so that you can receive my latest videos. I would also like to thank all my new subscribers and people who are liking and watching my videos. Today I'll be doing a collective reading. Basically it's message from Lord Shiva. And I want to do a reading regarding that because we are definitely going through a period of holy month which is literally dedicated to Lord Shiva, So I just want to see what collective messages that we have from Lord Shiva for all of us, and that's exactly what I want to do today. So let's begin with the reading and see what messages we've got from Lord Shiva. Keep in mind this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's see what cards we get. Archangel Michael, Raphael, Evelyn, please let me know what is the collective message for everyone from Lord Shiva. What is the collective message? So straight away the card that I got is about delays, So Lord Shiva is saying that you may be having delays at this given period of time, and don't be disappointed because of these delays that you are experiencing in any aspect of your life. This could be a relationship or work related delays or whatever you intended to do, and you feel that you're facing setbacks or there is some form of delay, Don't get disheartened because of that. That is what they want you to know. And wait for the right time, because there's always divine time working for you, A lot of people think that there is no divine time, but that's not true. There is a higher power always working with us and through us, So divine power is definitely working for you. Yeah. The time is not suitable for you right now. So you may have had certain plans and you want to do certain things and things are not really taking off and you're facing setbacks, Lord Shiva is trying to say that this is not the right time for you, Maybe sometimes it's very important to work through things, before something really manifests for you, So that is what Lord Shiva is trying to say, that if these things were done right now, maybe things would have been different for you. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you were thinking of starting your business right now or probably launching your book right now. And this is not the right time for you, Maybe your book would not have been appreciated. Or maybe if you started your business right now, you would go through a series of loss, and God can see that, So this is not the right time for you to do whatever you're working on. Don't launch it. Don't do anything. This could literally be any project you're working on, any business, any idea that you're trying to implement, If you're trying to, expose these things, out in the public, you're being asked not to do that because it's not the right time for it to expand, basically, right? So you could suffer a loss because sometimes timing is everything, and if you do things unprepared, you could literally suffer a loss, So that is what he wants you to know. Time is not suitable for you right now. And avoid starting anything new, Don't fall in any argument, So there may be some people around you who are trying to trigger you, trying to get a reaction out of you. So don't try to get into any form of argument. That is what Lord Shiva is saying. I also want to see what other cards we get from Lord Shiva, I'm going to pull out few cards because obviously there are many people in the collective, not just one person. Yeah, so right now Lord Shiva is also saying that whatever ideas you have, you're supposed to use your ideas in a way wherein you help your community to grow, So not that, again, this doesn't mean that you're someone who's selfish or arrogant, but like he said, you need to wait for the right time, and definitely there are some ideas that you need to, come up with and then help your community, So whatever gifts and talents that God has given you, Lord Shiva wants that you should use those talents and help people in your community, to make their life easier. These gifts are given to you so that you can help many people, the collective people, a large community of people, so that they can also be benefited by that. And he's saying, it's sometimes easy to fall into temptations. You may get these kind of offers wherein people want to misuse your powers, so don't fall into that trap. Don't become very selfish and arrogant, because I feel anybody who's misusing their powers, and when I say misuse of power, it can literally be you being bought by someone, somebody, tempting you with a money offer, and asking you to do illegal things, which are not ethical, and you start misusing your gifts, your psychic abilities, to help someone who's really negative, yeah, there are. So you need to choose what's right, So let's say if you choose, and I'm just giving a hypothetical example, let's say, and I'll give you my own example. Let's say if I'm using my psychic abilities to help my country, so that's not being unethical, right? But if I'm taking money from certain people, let's say if I get a dirty offer, and there's someone who knows that I'm very psychic, and they tell me, work against your country, and I take that offer, then what am I doing here? I'm misusing my psychic abilities and helping someone who's working against my own country, So this is an example that Lord Shiva is trying to give you, misuse of power is that, every time when you're trying to harm someone, when you're trying to harm people in the collective, or, because you're so selfish and you're so arrogant that money is only important for you, you don't care that you're getting paid by someone who's not from your country, who's working against your country. And you're willing to get bribed by them, and you're working for them, and then you're giving your psychic info to them, And this is a hypothetical example. It can literally be anything, There are many people within a country too, who do that, who are sold out, They don't have genuine problems, They are just elements bought by our enemies, and they're working. They are just trying to create conflict within the country, and affect the peace in the country. So that is what they're trying to tell you, that if you have any form of gift, and I'm not just talking about psychic gifts, it could literally be anything, work for your country, work for the well-being of your people, And of course, you should help people in the world too, but definitely not someone who is trying to create war or trying to do something negative in this world, right? So these gifts are only given to you so that it helps humanity, it helps everyone, right? It's not to misuse for your selfish reasons or arrogant reasons wherein you're getting paid by someone who wants to destroy this world, So don't work for such people, whatever that may be. I'm not just talking about psychic gifts, It could be any kind of talent, Yeah. Don't get sold out, basically. That is what I'm trying to say. And again, I got that itchy feeling, so that is a confirmation. And that is what Lord Shiva means here. That whatever gifts, talents I'm giving you, whatever financial opportunities I'm giving you, make sure that not only you help yourself, you help your community, but make sure it's ethical and it's not unethical, right? Because when it's unethical, then it's definitely being arrogant and being selfish, right? Helping yourself and helping people with a good heart is not being selfish or being arrogant, So usually it's mostly narcissists, who tend to take dirty offers, because obviously money is the only thing that is important for them, They don't really care about people. So yeah, again, this is a confirmation, Helping hand, rewards from Shiva. So when you literally help people genuinely, you're definitely going to be rewarded by Lord Shiva. And trust me, what God gives you, no one can steal from you. Yeah, it's like permanent, It's not like a demon blessing you or some entity blessing you, It's literally God blessing you, because in our religion, the ultimate God is Lord Shiva, right? Yeah, and a lot of people say God doesn't have a form, but God can take any form, And that is the form He's taken, the form of Lord Shiva, right? So helping hand, rewards from Shiva. Be a helping hand for those in trouble, People who are facing a hard time, And I often do that, There are a lot of people who have money to buy an iPhone, buy an iPad, buy a MacBook Pro, while they don't want to pay you, So I charge my full price from people like that because they have the money, It's not like they are underprivileged, but I do help poor people, people who don't have the means. I give them discounts, because you have to see accordingly, right? There are many people who have the means, but they just don't want to pay you, and that's not right, because God has provided them with the finances, So be a helping hand for people who are underprivileged, They may be wanting your services and they can't afford it, so you can give them some discounts, and whatever that may be, in your own way. And I know everyone is not doing business, but you can be a helping hand for so many people. You can donate to children, for food. You can donate elderly people. You can help animals, always like donate, 1 or 2% of your income, towards these good deeds, and Lord Shiva is definitely going to bless you with a lot of abundance, because that is what he wants you to do, a lot of rewards are going to come into your life. That is what I see, the more you help people, So let's see, I've pulled out 3 cards from the Shiva oracle. I also want to pull out some more cards and see what is really going to come into your life, So I'll pull out some tarot cards and then see what are the other messages, from Lord Shiva. I think he really wants you to help people in a very selfless way. Yeah. And you'll definitely be rewarded, Don't ever feel that there'll be shortage of money. It's never going to happen, Every time you feel, the money is gone, it's just going to come back to you, because you've selflessly helped so many people, That is what I see here. So the strength card is there, Definitely, being ethical, being moral, that requires a lot of inner strength. That is what Lord Shiva is trying to say, The path is not going to be easy because most people are bought, And this awareness has also come into me, Recently I've seen myself that so many people are bought. YouTubers are bought, and channels are very agenda driven, Tarot readers are bought. Coaches are bought, Astrologers, People who are running some channel, they are bought. And they're just saying what other people want them to say, And someday they'll have to pay for that because they're being paid, and they're doing what other people are asking them to do, just for the sake of money, So I have personally lost a lot of respect for many people on YouTube because I know some of them are bought, and they're doing, it's very agenda driven, So once you know that, you'll again a confirmation, Page of Swords energy, what I'm saying, confirmation. And I've lost a respect for a lot of people because I think I'm also someone who doesn't compete with anyone. I don't get jealous of people. I don't compete with people. I admire many people from my own field who are tarot card readers, coaches, counselors, whatever, healers, But now God has really shown me the real face of these people, Literally they are being bought, So that is there. So definitely you are also being asked to work on your skills because it will really help you to help humanity. But this is also talking about you being very vigilant because there are a lot of people who are watching you. There are many people who don't want you to do what God wants you to do for humanity, right? They want to create hurdles in your life, so they want to create challenges in your life so that you can't fulfill your purpose, and you can't help these people. And those kind of elements are there, These are the kind of people who want to fight you, very immature, who want to physically fight you. That is what I feel. And God wants you to stay strong, because trust me, most people get sold, I mean, they're bought by money, They don't have any character, they don't have any ethical values, moral values, they get bought. A lot of people tell me I kind of get preachy. I'm not getting preachy, I'm just stating a fact, It's just that you don't have that strength to basically understand the truth, and you get very triggered and you get very triggered by what I say, and then you say I'm projecting. I'm not projecting, I'm just being authentic. I'm stating a fact. You have to take accountability, for the things that you're doing, and that is why, because your path is very unique, it's different. You're not someone who can be bought by money. Yeah. Nobody can basically corrupt you. That is what I'm trying to say here. And Lord Shiva knows this. That is why you are chosen, Why would God choose someone who can easily be bought by money. You think God would choose someone who could be bought by money? And I'm not saying money is not important. Yeah. When God blesses you, nobody can steal those blessings. It's permanent money in your life. When Goddess Lakshmi blesses you. But whenever you have money through unethical means, or probably some negative force is blessing you, there are always consequences, attached to that. And God is trying to tell you that your path is going to be difficult, because everyone is not like you. And that is where you're facing a lot of challenges, just for being an honest person, just for being ethical, just for having moral values, and not being able, people are not able to corrupt you or corrupt your soul, because that is what they want you to do. And you're going to face a lot of hardships and burdens because of that. Yeah, 10 of Wands energy is there. But God knows that you can overcome all of this, and that is why He's going to give His favor in your life. Yeah, you're going to be targeted by a lot of narcissists, King of Swords energy reversed, So many people are going to verbally attack you. You're going to be targeted by narcissists, people who lie, people who are doing anything for money, and they're going to try to create burdens in your life, if you see, this girl is climbing the stairs, right? So it's very difficult for her because she's carrying these wands, and they're trying to do that, as you climb up the ladder, and as you're growing in life, financially, spiritually, emotionally, in your relationships, in your career, they're going to create problems for you, every step is going to be very difficult for you. But Lord Shiva has chosen you for the very reason, because He knows that you're not someone whose soul can be corrupted, right? You're someone who's dedicated, and you're going to win, ultimately. 6 of Wands, a confirmation, despite what you face, the challenges that you face, you're going to win in life. You may feel very tired, you may feel like resting, but eventually you'll get there, right? And you're going to be attacked by people who are not on the same path as you, That is what I see here. Yeah. Let's see what other cards we've got. Yeah. You're going to come out of this toxic cycle as a winner, So this devil energy has really tried to trap you. They've tried to tempt you with devilish offers, negative offers. A lot of temptation in terms of money or love offers, which are not genuine. Yeah. There's always a catch, You would definitely get trapped if you would have taken these offers, Basically, the end would not have been good for you, And you've been able to dodge bullets, dodge these traps which were set for you, And you'll come out of this toxic devil-like energy, as a winner. Just for being strong, Just for showing a lot of self-confidence. Yeah. That is what I see. You're embodying a lot of, you definitely, anyone who's very ethical and has high moral values, they are very strong when it comes to self-confidence, They value themselves, Their self-worth is very high, Because only someone who suffers from a very low self-esteem and insecurity, they are the ones who take these devilish offers, and they get sold out, for money. And you're not like that, You know your worth, Yeah. And that is why God has chosen you. Precisely for the same reason. These people, they get bought by money, Yeah. And you're definitely going to become very wealthy. The King of Pentacles card, yeah. The path may be very tough for you, but you're definitely going to become very wealthy. Because God is going to bless you, Your wealth is going to come from God, And when God blesses you, no one can stop you. Yeah, He's also blessed you with a very strong intuition power. The moon energy is here. So, you could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Some of you could be a Capricorn or a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Yeah, I do see a King of Wands energy. Some of you could be Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Leo, Sagittarius and Aries, yeah. Sun, Moon, Rising sign. You're definitely a natural born leader. That is what I feel, You're meant to lead people, guide people, and God thinks that you're worthy of doing that, yeah. He sees that talent in you, You're definitely going to walk away from people who try to pull you down. It's literally like a crab mentality, Yeah. it's like, I'm not going to grow, and I'll make sure you won't grow, So, you know how in a bowl, when you place all the crabs, all these other crabs don't let one particular crab, get out of that bowl, They just want to pull them down, all the time, So, that is what I see here, There are people who are literally trying to pull you down at this point of time, They don't want you to get out of that bowl, Because once you get out of that bowl, there are many new experiences that you're going to have, You're not confined to that bowl, where all the other crabs are stuck, right? So that is what happens when you're trying to climb the ladder. Many people will try to pull you down. Yeah, crab mentality basically. So that is how people are around you, and you're literally going to leave these people behind. They're not going to be a part of your future, maybe not your present either. So definitely you have a lot of wisdom, which you're going to share with the world. A lot of esoteric knowledge. You're not going to keep it a secret. You want everyone to benefit out of it. Yeah. But I also feel your ideas are for you to grow rich with, right? So how God does is, God will give you an idea and He wants you to become rich through those ideas. At the same time, people get to learn through that. I'll just give you an example. You may be, teaching these ideas through a workshop, or it could literally be a book, So once you write a book and you sell that book, you will obviously financially grow through that book, right? But at the same time, it's helping collectively, every person in the world is benefiting out of that book, right? So that is how God wants you to, grow, yeah. And this is part of your destiny, Wheel of Fortune is there, right? So that is what God wants you to do, And it's not about you leaking your ideas right now, because there are many people who don't, who are not meant to spread this message, They are not meant to grow through that, because that's not their blessing, right? You're meant to grow through that. So that is what God wants you to keep it a secret, until you, release your product, right? In the market, whatever that may be, So that you grow through that, and then people benefit out of that, yeah. Anyone who tells you, to give them your ideas so that they can grow through your ideas, that's very illegal, because ultimately they want to steal your ideas, and they don't want you to benefit or financially grow through those ideas, and they want to use your ideas so that they can grow rich and then use your ideas as their ideas, and that's not the right thing, right? So definitely this is a part of your destiny. So whatever that may be, again, book is just an example. It could be anything. You doing a workshop, or you creating a unique idea, in your business, which people have not done. You could come up with anything, It could be food related, clothes related, whatever that may be, or something in your organization, something differently that you do, So yeah, there are many people who are also trying to fight you, These are the kind of people who lack passion, enthusiasm, yeah, the drive, because they're not being blessed by God, They don't have that chi, they don't have that energy, They don't have the passion, the drive, the energy, that kind of energy that you have within you, You're being asked to keep planting the seeds, because definitely one day you'll become the King of Pentacles, And that is what Lord Shiva wants to tell you, It's definitely going to grow, So keep planting the seeds, like the seeds are given by God, Seeds are those ideas. And now you need to work through those ideas. And definitely it's going to bring a lot of wealth in your life. Your wishes are going to fulfill, This is a blessing from Lord Shiva for you, That is what I see here. So don't let other people gaslight you and tell them that, oh, there's no harm in knowing your ideas, Because these people don't want you to grow, They want it even before you launch your ideas, So that they can use it for themselves, There's a selfish reason behind it, so that they can grow financially, They're not doing this to help the humanity, God wants you to create this so that you can help humanity, the star card. So you're definitely going to shine like the star, yeah. Literally celebrity like aura, right? So whatever work you do, you're definitely going to gain a lot of name, fame. People are going to know your name all over the world. That is what I feel. God wants you to shine, yeah. And definitely you're going to come out of a period wherein you faced a lot of fears, anxiety, yeah. So keep that in mind. Definitely a very beautiful energy that I see. You can't basically go around telling people everything, before you have literally implemented your plans, and created what you were trying to create, because some people just want to steal your ideas, and they are not even meant to create that, God has not chosen them for that work, right? But they want a piece of that. And that is kind of abnormal, when you want other people's calling. Your calling is not their calling, your sole purpose is not their sole purpose, for them to want that, that is not normal. So you don't have to express anything to any of these people. I'll also try to see from the money oracle, what Lord Shiva wants to tell you, in terms of this. Let's see what cards you get. Yeah, this is a confirmation, a lot of success is going to come for you. Lot of success, yeah. Choosing the right direction and actively overcoming difficulties. Didn't I tell you right now? This was about overcoming a lot of challenges, difficulties. Every step is going to be very difficult, but finally you'll reach the top, And trust me, the view from the top is going to be very beautiful for you. You're going to love it, And you're going to look back that how hard the journey was, But finally I'm at the top, That is how you're going to feel, like a real winner, This is going to bring you a lot of independence, financial independence. Yeah, that is what I see. You'll be very good with money management. Yeah, a lot of money management is there. And a lot of independence. You'll no longer depend on anyone else. Not that you depend on others right now, but I think this will be financial independence in a very big way, Generations to come, that is what I see here. Yeah, you're literally going to have a star power, Again, this came in tarot too, so there's a double confirmation, right? You're going to have literally star power, you're going to influence a lot of people, yeah, on fame, popularity. You're definitely going to step into spotlight, So this is another confirmation, a beautiful reading, yeah. Yeah, like I said, you're going to be a leader, another confirmation, So you're going to be in a position of authority. Take on the role of a leader. Everyone will respect you. So you're going to exude a lot of self-confidence. Everyone is going to love you a lot. Yeah. You're going to be admired, respected by people, So any person who's tried to disrespect you right now, called you names, called you a narcissist, called you this and that, used foul language, these people will have to literally bite their tongue and chew their words, That is how it's going to be, Yeah, and I think you're someone who's very good with alchemy. You can alchemize all the negative energy and turn it into blessings for yourself. Even if some form of witchcraft, voodoo is thrown towards you, you know how to transform these energies for your benefit. So that is how you are. And the cards are really amazing. I also want to see what you get in your love life. We've done the career bit. I just want to see, what's going to happen in your love life. And then I'll end the reading. Yeah. So let's see what cards you get. Yeah, I think you're going to attract a partner who's really going to appreciate you a lot. This person is like literally going to be awestruck, So he's really going to, she again, this reading is for both genders. So please don't mind my language, yeah. Whenever I keep saying she, if you're a he, then it's a he, right? So basically this person, she is really going to appreciate you a lot. They're really going to let you know, what they feel in their heart, They're going to enjoy your company. And both of you are going to enjoy each other's company. This person has a lot of good vibes. Definitely someone who will be very expressive when it comes to love, So very nice person who really understands your true value, your true worth. Maybe in the past you encountered people who didn't understand your value or worth. These people were like literally accusing you of things, that you weren't, They were literally projecting that you are this, you are that, just out of insecurity, And now you're going to encounter someone who really appreciates you. And the guarded card is there. So this is a confirmation, what I said. You may have been guarded because of past traumas, because I feel you had lovers who ill-treated you, who didn't really understand your true value. And now you're encountering someone, and you may have tried to block your heart chakra in the past, I feel. But now things are changing, Definitely you'll attract someone who appreciates you, You may have felt very confused in the past, Yeah, lost. You felt very invisible, Your partners made you feel very invisible, like you don't matter, That is what I see here. And you felt like running away from these people, So things are definitely going to change for you. That is what I see. And these people were in denial, they couldn't see your light, they couldn't bear your light. That is what I feel. You may have also been in denial, you may have been someone who was literally giving chances to these people who didn't deserve your time, your energy, and you wanted to hold on to these connections, you wanted to see the good in people, and you didn't want to let go at that given period of time, but ultimately you saw their true colors, because these were not the kind of people who were working on themselves, so they didn't change, and these people are also in denial because they don't want to work on themselves, they always feel that other person is the problem. Some of you or this person could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Yeah. Let's see what other cards you get. Yeah, some of them may have ghosted you, or you may have just disappeared from their life, because you felt the best thing is to go no contact, leave these people behind. Yeah, that is what I see here. You're definitely going to have a new person in your life. Yeah, that is what I feel. I got that card of a new person. Yeah, this new person may basically enter your life around fall time, autumn. Yeah, September, October, November time. Yeah, definitely during the fall time, I see. Yeah, this is definitely someone who wants a family with you, building foundation, feeling safe, starting a family. Yeah, this person is really going to pamper you. That is what I feel, with a lot of gifts, special dates, There are going to be a lot of surprises for you. And you'll be shocked, the kind of relationship that this is, lot of surprises, lot of gifts, a lot of romantic dates, This person is like literally going to appreciate you a lot, And they'll be like thinking of you all the time, daydreaming about you, So yeah, and I got a King of Cups energy, so this person could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like you have a spiritual contract with this person, yeah. And you may get signs about this person through songs, telepathy, dreams. You may start seeing them. You're being asked to keep everything a secret because there's a lot of evil eye around you. So like, keep secrets, Yeah, don't let everyone know everything about you. Whoever this person is, they're going to be very obsessed with you. Yeah, that is what I see. Yeah, I do feel who the person in the past in your life, they definitely wanted to trap you through a pregnancy. Yeah, so the best thing that you did is walk out from that person. That was the best thing that you did for yourself. That is what I feel here. And whoever this new person is, you're going to have children with them. That is what I see. Let me see. I'll just try to end the reading now. I'll just pull out the fortune cookie and see some positive messages and end the reading. Yeah. So let's see what cards you get from the fortune cookie. Yeah, like Lord Shiva is saying, that you may feel like you're getting nowhere right now, but don't be disheartened, There are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up, So your resilience, yeah, your perseverance has been acknowledged, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. I do have a slight tongue tie issue, so sometimes I'm a bit wrong with pronunciation. Yeah, a lot of prosperity is going to come into your life. A property purchase or sale of many. Yeah. So you're definitely going to have a property. I do see you having a house, your dream house. Major life changes. Time is right for major life changes, as new lifestyle or location brings great joy and trouble-free existence. So you may not have been happy in the location that you are right now. You may not have experienced joy while you were pursuing your dreams. Definitely there's going to be a change of location, change of house. You're going to start life new, with a lot of joy. And you're going to have a trouble-free life. So if you're facing any kind of hostile environment right now, wherever you're living or whatever that may be, situation in your life, that's going to change surely. Going to experience a lot of new friendships. You're going to have beautiful bonds. A friend needs your help, your kindness. Maybe there's some friend around you who needs your help, your kindness. And your excellent counseling skills will put them back on track. So if some of you are counselors just like me, go ahead with that. It's really going to help. I'm also going to take up this message. I feel some of my friends literally need personal counseling, from me. So usually I have my counseling sessions, through Zoom. Yeah. So you can get in touch with me on Zoom. We can have a video session, 1 hour call session, and that is how I do my counseling sessions. But any of you who are who are very good with giving advice to people, or you can show people the right path, you should definitely go for counseling. Or if you're already a counselor, it's really going to help you. Yeah. And I would take this message as a message for myself too. Yeah. Definitely one of our friends needs counseling and they should go for that. Yeah. Your positive work will definitely bring beautiful outcomes. Consistent efforts will bring rewards, and a major purchase is worth making. So definitely you're going to invest in a lot of property. You're going to do the right investments. You're going to make a lot of purchases. That is what I see here. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I'll see you in my next reading. Thank you so much.